What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cole Medina representing Good Problems Collective. We here, Rose Avenue Studios. Respect the vibe in the house, man. I bounced around a lot actually as a kid, so I don't really ever claim no one place, bro. You understand? Like, my family's from California, Bay Area. We bounced around. We were in Seattle, Texas, New York, Chicago, Minnesota, man. And then Miami for sure. That's really where I got my start. I feel like as an artist and really got to step into, you know, my power more as a creative person, you know what I'm saying? So I really give a lot of credit there, based on the fact I was working in a after school youth program with the youth development agency. We was doing songwriting, we was doing music production, we was doing the art of storytelling, how to do art, poetry. We had musicians come through and teach piano classes. So just kind of running that and bringing that arts and education kind of piece together really, like, I think set me on my way and kind of put me on the path I've been on as an artist and just as a human, you know what I'm saying, ever since. My family's from kind of like the northern border area, Ojinaga, which is right on the border with Texas. So I have a lot of, you know, family that grew up on both sides of the border, and then my grandfather, he ended up migrating to California, where that's where my whole mom's side of the family kind of ended up going. So that's kind of like, you know, our home base now, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, you know, it's a common story, you know what I'm saying, of immigration, people trying to, you know, chase the American dream and you know, kind of deal with, you know, all the challenges that come with that, you know what I'm saying, when you kind of from those outside cultures, you know. I mean, I feel like it just got me exposed to just all the different types of music, different types of food, just different types of ways of being. So I feel like it made me a little bit more, I felt like worldly, you know what I'm saying, like I kind of understood things a little bit differently because I had, you know, more perspectives to, you know, to have looked into. So, and especially too, coming from my, you know, my family's from Mexico, Nicaragua, and so I also have that background to kind of ground me, kind of help give me a focal point to, you know, be able to look around and see, you know, how other people lived, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely gave me some insight for sure. I mean, I feel like you just always fighting for your identity, you know what I'm saying? You always getting questioned, you always kind of have to like do a little bit more. You're gonna have to put a little bit more work in whatever the space is, you know, whether it's sports and I was playing basketball or I was playing soccer, I had to always feel like outshine people more, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise you just get overlooked, you know, as an artist too, or just even anybody trying to do something that goes against the grain, you feel me, it's always you gonna be looked at kind of sideways, or people are gonna not, you know, not everybody's gonna support it. So it's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying, being able to look past that and overcome your own self-doubt as well, to really like to break through, you know what I'm saying. My parents bumped a lot of that old school, different types of music growing up. It was a pretty, like I said, diverse household. And, you know, just growing up, listening to what your friends are listening to. We was moving around, so we in New York, listening to, you know, more New York type of music. We had moved to Chicago right when, you know, Kanye West was like really starting to blow up. And my next door neighbor, you know, we were the same age, but he had older brothers and shit. And so they were kind of, and he was right next door. We were always hanging out. So they was putting us on to, you know, all the good stuff from that era as well. And so it was really just being around that, and then that kind of made me want to be like, oh, I want to go into radio, like I want to be like you know, have my own radio show, because I would always be talking about music. We're always exchanging, you know, like, hey, you heard this CD, you heard this album, you know, whoop-de-whoop, whatever it was. And so I kind of, you know, just was trying to do that, you know. That's what I thought I would be for you know, what my music position was. It wasn't until I got much older and went to college that I actually met a person who was making beats. I was actually, and I had known people that were doing music, but it just wasn't my focus in terms of like when I was in high school. I was more trying to do sports. I was just trying to, you know, make sure I was just on my shit, like in class or whatever. And so I really wasn't focused on, you know, it was more just a cool thing that I enjoyed being around, you know what I'm saying, than anything else. And then once I started meeting more people that were actually, you know, in my social group making beats, and you know, writing and having a place to record. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, people are doing this like on more that underground tip, and I had never been exposed to that. You know, from the outside, you just think it's people in big recording studios. You know what I'm saying? And so really starting to get more in touch with that, and just dabbling in college. And then, like I said, like once I got more, took the time to really like I could really do this and you know, really growing it. That's kind of where I think things started to lean more in my favor. You know what I'm saying? So I've been putting music out now for the past, you know, almost 10 years at this point. So it's really just putting them hours in. You know what I'm saying? And just being consistent, and been trying to get better with every project. You know what I'm saying? Every release. And so that's really, you know, right now where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? My main goal is just to outdo myself and be, you know, treat myself as my own competition. And it took a while to get there, but I feel like I'm at like really a comfortable creative place. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I got my collaborators. We got, you know, Matt Kelly, Good Problems Collective. We got the team at Rose Avenue. So it's like we're really starting to, you know, incubate and do a lot more with music that's just outside of making it. We creating community around it, just like Respect the Vibe and everybody else that pulled up to that propaganda show, fam. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really a beautiful thing to kind of take that journey and really expand and grow and learn. You know what I mean? So it's definitely been an interesting ride, but it's been a good ride for sure. The first official project, the first Cole Medina project, I feel like was probably my first one where I was like, oh yeah, we could do something with this. Because when I first started rapping, I had another rap name I was using. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know, just experimenting, trying stuff out. I didn't really have like my voice, you know what I'm saying? It was more just maybe more, you know, imitating what I liked or what I heard. And then when I put out my first Cole Medina project with my homeboy, his name's Matias, he's a producer. He's also, you know, Latino as well. So we kind of just connected on that tip. And first project I put out under Cole Medina is called Cantaloupe and Rum. And though that was probably my first time putting like a cohesive body of work together, it had a theme, the lyrics matched, the beats matched, you know what I'm saying, like all the music was colorful, you know what I'm saying, and it matched what we were trying to do. And that was when I first, you know, had gotten attention from like, you know, it's kind of like the blog era, right? So we had got on a few blogs like The Source and a couple I can't remember at this point now, but that was kind of the first one that was like, oh, okay, like I might have something to really say, and I might be able to, you know what I'm saying, do something with this more than what I thought before. Oh man, me and the team, man, you know, a few of us go way back when we were under the brand of All Blue Roses, which was, you know, similar to what we're doing here, cultivating community and doing events. And so we go back a long time, man. Everybody's kind of connected in different ways, but we kind of all went in on this joint venture here to take over this space and really, you know, have it live up to the potential that it has, you know what I'm saying? And we've been in this space for about a year now, and you know, in that time we've been able to really transform it, you know what I'm saying? Now it's you know, it's a hub. We work out of here, we do photo shoots out of here, video shoots out of here. We've done, you know, even in this short time, I've done a lot of different types of events. And so we're really just, you know, in a good place to be expanding and developing the platform and having the space to, you know what I'm saying, make shit really jump like it's supposed to, you know. A big shout out to Matt Kelly, Good Problems Collective. That, I mean, we go back now a while back to when we linked up in Oakland, California, you know what I'm saying? It was myself and him and, you know, a couple other folks that were from Florida that were living out there and shit. And we just connected, man. We're just consistent about making music. We put together that Nights in Tropicana album, and once we kind of like had this body of work, you know what I'm saying, we realized we needed like an imprint or a vehicle to release the music. And Good Problems was just kind of like us as like, you know, a little crew thing. And then we're like, you know, we kind of put our business hats on and figured out a way to release it independently, because, you know, there have been some conversations with people maybe trying to do a digital deal or something with a label, but for us, we just wanted the ownership. So in order to have ownership, we need to have something to own, you know, and to call it what it is. So that's kind of like the imprint now, you know what I'm saying, Good Problems. So we started with Nights in Tropicana, just put out Nights in Tropicana 2. So we've just been steady, man, steady on our grind, you know. Matt ended up, you know, coming back out to Florida, and he really got the Sound Lab events jumping out here, and we've been really building that up in a super short period of time. So we just, you know, we just taking what we learned as artists and applying it in the community and trying to just, you know, just expand, bro, and have a big umbrella, because there's space for everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? We can all win together. We can all get this bread together. So that's really what this movement's about. It's really what we're trying to do, just as an artist and as a team, man. And Matt's, you know, that's my road dog. You know what I'm saying? We done put in the work. We done put in the hours, man, and to really make, you know, that timeless music, give him that feel. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate working with him, because he takes such a laser focused approach to what he's doing, where it's like, if you're not on point 100%, don't even bother being in the room. And so I appreciate being pushed as an artist to really, like, you know, sit down and we're gonna refine what we're doing and perfect the craft, because, you know, we owe the art that much. And you know what I'm saying, it's gonna reflect when we perform and when we release and everything else when it comes to being a creative. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, I feel like I've worked in so many different formats that, like, it really just depends on what the vibe is. Like, yeah, for sure, like, a lot of times it's like I have folks that'll send me a beat and I'll write to it, and when I'm ready, you know, we go and we knock it out in the studio. But other times, shoot, we'll cook up a beat right there, I'm right into it while they make the beat, and then we record. Or, you know what I'm saying, you pull up a beat and we'll just write to it and just kind of put ideas out there and just kind of like construct it from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, there's no one right or wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, for me, like what the situation calls for. But if it's up to me, bro, I like to be prepared. I like to come on point. I like to have, no, I'm gonna do this many songs in this many hours. I got these songs I know I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be, you know, right and exact and super on point with it, and knock it out and just maximize my time. Because, you know what I'm saying, time is money, and I don't got a lot to really, you know, just be wasting, you know, not really knowing what I'm gonna do, and you in the studio. You know what I'm saying? That's a big no-no. You know, we got just new releases, man. We got music video, we got projects, we got, you know, collaborations. So, you know, we definitely, I like to stay active, bro. I'm always working on my next project. I'm always got the next, you know, thing, you know, new things underway. So definitely stay tuned. Definitely stay tapped in, man. We definitely got some stuff in the tuck that I think is really gonna, you know, surprise folks for sure. I think I just want to manifest, you know, balance and abundance. You know what I'm saying, for myself, for the family, for the, you know, the inner circle, the outer circle, the community, and just have built a life that's, you know, about expansion and growth, and trying to, you know, bring things up. You know what I'm saying? Be a positive contribution to, you know, to the universe or to society or whatever. You know, that's really what I'm trying to manifest, and live a life of abundance. And, you know, like I have so far, I've been blessed to travel and do a lot of things. So we're just trying to keep the ball rolling and do it bigger and better each time. You know what I'm saying? Trust your instincts, believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't, the doubt and the self-doubt and the self-esteem, all that bullshit, that's just part of the journey. And it's just about, you know, being bigger than that, being beyond that. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta just have that belief and trust that it's gonna work out. Because if you go into something half-hearted or without faith, it ain't gonna work out. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it with its fullest intention, because that's the only way I feel like you're gonna really stand out, and that sets, you know, people apart. That sets good from great. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say, you know, be focused on what you want to do and do it. You know what I'm saying? Full throttle to the ultimate. You know what I mean? For sure. Man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out, you know, like Matt Kelly, man. We just threw down an ill set last night. We got another Sound Lab coming for y'all with Good Problems Collective. Shout out Good Problems Collective, man. Shout out Rose Avenue Studios, all my partners involved, man. Shout out, you know, of course, Respect the Vibe, you know what I'm saying? And everybody tapped in with the movement, man. We really doing big things for the culture, for the people, man. FLA got something to say. South Florida in the building, most definitely, most definitely.